We are so tired.
This is exhausting and tougher than we were expecting. We are Kim and Lee, and we are embarking on an interesting journey, and we're selling our home with no real fixed plans. One of the biggest challenges is the clear out. So we're trying to empty a 3-bed house of quite a few years of life, I would say. Each time you move house, you do declutter a little bit, but we've been here over 4 years now, and we've got some rubbish we really don't need. And a lot of it doesn't even have any sentimental value. One of the first things we did is empty the lofts. The loft's empty. When I separated, I pretty much moved into a rental house with a second-hand mattress that I got off Marketplace and some cutlery. And then 8 years on, seem to have amassed a lot of stuff. And one of the things about moving out of a house, potentially into a van, or wherever it might be, is you can't have all this stuff. So now is the fun job of sorting out what we really, really want to keep, what we don't want to keep, and what ends up going to storage, and what we can sell, and what we're going to bin. Wish me luck. Oof. That was hard work. But now, the loft is empty. Well, that was there when we moved in. And it's still there. So we brought it all down to the accessible levels, let's say, and we started going through all of that stuff, and it's been pretty painful. Selling stuff has been a challenge.
Lee's moved around a lot more previously before we met, whereas I'd been in the same house for 16 years. So when I left that house and moved in with Lee, I had a good clear out. Still, a lot of stuff came with me. There's still those sentimental things and those, things that you think you'll keep just in case. So yeah, we're having to go through all of that history and we all do it. I'm sure you all do it. You've got that one thing you think, oh, I can just go in the loft.
I would say when we moved in, there's lots of stuff came more so out of your house.
All right.
You had lots more life in that house. Lots of stuff went into boxes and went into the loft, and they've stayed there for 4+ years. And I think now's the point where you're starting to cleanse yourself of it.
Yeah, but having gone through my stuff, there's a lot more stuff of your stuff left now. Like,
yeah, I'm terrible sentimental stuff, memories, and discarding it. And I am going to have to whittle through some of my stuff, sentimental stuff. But I think I've got birthday cards for my kids forever, Father's Day cards forever. Some are handmade and I really don't want to get rid of. Some are just standard cards, which I might want to get rid of. And then I feel like I'm favouring one kid over the other because I'm keeping the handmade one. And yeah, I just need to sort it out.
and I've got a few precious bits. Yeah, cards and things I have just got rid of over the years anyway. And we've stopped doing cards in recent years because we realised it's just a commercial thing to gain more money and make people spend more money. There's things I've had that I think I kept them because I thought they might be worth stuff, because one of my many previous hobbies, I collect hobbies, I think. One of my previous many hobbies was entering competitions. And I spent about 3 or 4 years entering competitions, and it means I've won quite a lot of stuff, and sometimes some random stuff, but I've got like signed posters, signed prints, signed CDs, unusual memorabilia and things. And I kept on hold of that because I thought, maybe one day it might be worth stuff. And it turns out it possibly is, but I just want rid of it now. So it's on eBay or Vinted or wherever.
So where are all the places we are selling?
So we are selling all over the place. But mainly Vinted and Facebook Marketplace. We've got a few bits on eBay, a few bits on Gumtree.
Yeah.
That's Lee's territory, not
Yeah.
mine. And we've done a car boot sale as well at the weekend.
And there's a lot to go to a charity shop.
Yeah. Yeah, there's stuff we're happy to just part with as well.
Yeah.
But I also feel if there's some monetary value in that, at the moment, whilst we haven't got capital and the equity from the house, we do need money to do some of the next steps as well. So we kind of need to kind of claw back some of that money.
I guess the ultimate point here is we're potentially going from a house to a van, and we've hired or rented, I don't know what the word is, a storage locker to put our stuff we really don't want to get rid of in, and it's a 56 square foot, which is actually quite small.
It's like a kind of single box room, bedroom size, probably even a little bit smaller than that, really. Big cupboard.
So our aim is to get everything that we do need to keep into that, and if it doesn't go in there, then it needs to go.
I'll insert some footage of because we've taken little bits of footage as we've taken stuff down.
One of many things that we're having to sort out whilst we're getting ready to leave our home is storing the stuff we really want to keep. Obviously, we want to try and get rid of as much as we can, but there will be stuff we want. So we have just took keys to a storage space.
That's not all.
Not all of it, no. Well, you'll see what we mean in a minute.
Here we are. So if we get desperate, we might have to sleep in here.
Yeah, move in here.
Big enough?
Yeah.
Get a mattress in? What's the problem?
And that's part of the clear out process as well, is to, when we come across stuff that we know we definitely want to keep, it's just to get it out of the house, to get it into storage. We're trying to work out what we're working with, because there's stuff everywhere. Like every room's got boxes and stuff we're sorting through. And, I'm 50, Lee's 45, when you've been on that planet around the earth that many times.
I have to show you something for pure humour. This is how bad my keeping gets. So I've got this game box from PC 1512 for anyone who's geeky enough to know, with proper old school OG
floppy
disks. There's probably as much memory on that as a millisecond of this video. And then I've got a game I played, Alone in the Dark, with its discs, which is the next generation, for those who know that world. Why am I keeping it? What use is it to anyone? I think you can get this on Steam for a couple of quid. It's just time to go.
And the thing that's perhaps, I think the reason we're sharing this is because, again, we've followed other YouTubers who've done similar, sold off everything, moved into a van. And again, you see them afterwards, and we haven't seen that process.
No one's talked about the emptying the house.
Yeah.
Really.
And there's such a process of sorting through the items, deciding what you're going to keep, what you're not going to keep, what you're going to sell, what you're going to charity shop. And then if you're going to sell it, you've got to photograph it, you've got to write a description for it, you've got to upload the listing. Then you have to manage the sales. So on Vinted, it's packing up the orders and sending them off. On Marketplace, your messages to and fro from people for them to come and collect. On eBay, again, it's packaging it up, and that all takes time. And as we've said it earlier,
we haven't got any time.
We haven't got any time. But it will, because we could just pack it up and give it to a charity shop and get rid of it. But because we've made that choice, that we want some monetary value back from it, it's kind of like the payoff. It's relentless, but I do feel like, I sent out 7 vintage packages this morning.
And I think I posted 3 last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the car boot sale, we sold probably about half of what we took in volume wise, not quantity. I don't know, what time is it?
7:10.
7 on a Sunday morning.
and we're all packed up and off to a car boot.
Look at the traffic to get in.
Yeah, big queue of traffic to get in. So we're off to try and sell some of our life.
And we're at Cheddar, which is quite renowned for all year round car boot sales.
And yes, lots of people up at 7 a.m. by the sounds of it to go and do the same. So yeah, we'll let you know how we get on.
How you doing?
Better now we're set up.
Yeah, it's a bit stressy setting up, isn't it? How much money did this cost us to have a stall?
18.
Yeah. So they say it's 16 quid to get in for a van, but it's also £2 just to enter the site. Outrageous. So, how much do you think we've made today? We've got about an hour to go.
I reckon maybe 50.
Me and Camel, I think 40. Let's see. So, how much have we made at our car boot today?
We made £76.60. Did I say that right? £76.60.
Yes.
And that is after the extortionate £18 for the pitch. So it's £16 because we had a van and £2 entry anyway,
that everyone pays,
even though you're selling, which is just mind-boggling. And
lots less stuff.
Yeah, whole load less stuff to get rid of. So stuff's going out, and there is that kind of liberation and freedom in the stuff going out. But boy, is it exhausting and hard work.
Yeah, I also think, and this is probably more of a mental thing for me, is the emotional kind of trips down memory lane you get when you pull something out. Like I was just holding my son's outfit he first wore when he was born, and it's like tiny on him compared to the size of him now because he's 17. And it's just that all of these things that we're trying to get rid of often comes with an emotional kind of attachment that also takes some capacity out as well.
Yeah, and there is those memories and but for me, I think I'm quite good. I don't think I'm particularly a hoardy person. What I am is someone who's caught by the spell of consumerism. So for me, it will be the process of buying and acquiring things. I don't care about the letting go. Whereas for Lee, he's really not particularly interested in acquiring and getting things, but he's difficult to let go of things.
Hold on to it.
Yeah, so for me, the clearing out's really easy. I go for a box and no, don't want that, don't want that, don't want that, not interested in that. And it's done. Like I haven't got that emotional thing really, whereas like you are battling with that, aren't you?
Yes,
and
I am indeed.
And I'm like, why do you want to keep that for? What's that? What are you going to do with it? So yeah, I think it's really important to name this because we are in a capitalist consumerist world. You can't avoid it. Like unless you're an absolute hermit and like living under a shell, you have to consume in some way or other to exist. That's like we were born into this. We didn't choose that as how the world is that we've arrived in. So you have to be on that kind of conveyor belt of consumerism, and it does mean you acquire things, and you do get into that habit of, oh well, this will do that, so I'll go and buy that, or I'll buy a bigger one, or I'll buy a new one, and this is kind of about undoing that, rewinding that, letting go, and learning to live with minimal and just exactly what you need, and learning other ways of acquiring, so borrowing or sharing or doing without or making or creating, not consuming.
A really quick good example of this is we've got a microwave in the house that we've been using for years that probably needs to go. We've just acquired a van, spoiler alert, more on that soon, that came with a microwave that we need to get rid of. And also Kim's son has moved out of a rental and we bought him a microwave, and then the microwave's come back to us. So we've got 3 microwaves in the house we need to get rid of, like on top of everything else we're doing. Just one example.
And stuff that came out of my son's rental, which we bought him. We've also had to get rid of that as well as our own stuff at the same time.
Talking beds, bedside furniture, chairs,
dining table, chairs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that feels like quite a lot, but I think it needs to be a lot because it is
a lot.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like,
subscribe,
and press that little bell so you get notifications on our next video that comes out, because who knows what next video will be.
And remember, you're exactly where you're meant to be.
You've got to trust the process.